is Valley News Live at 4.
We begin this afternoon with breaking news. Sanford Health is requiring all of its employees to get vaccinated against COVID-19 by November 1st. Vice President Dr. Doug Griffin says it's to keep employees and patients safe, especially as variants continue to circulate.
I really think we're at a point in the pandemic that this is really the right thing to do. First of all, mainly about supporting our employees and our patients and keeping them safe.
Sanford says more than 90% of their clinicians are vaccinated, but only 70% of nurses. New for you at 4, the Moorhead woman accused of holding up a small-town North Dakota bank earlier this week planned on robbing a second one. Newly released court documents are shedding light on what happened Monday morning in Richland County. They say 43-year-old Tessa Jackson walked into Lincoln State Bank in Windmere and told the teller, "I have a gun and I want all the money." She ended up with a little more than $7,000. After the sheriff's office released a photo of her, someone contacted them from a bank about 40 miles away in Fairmount saying they saw her. Police learned that Jackson was planning on robbing that bank too, but changed her mind at the last second. She was eventually arrested in Moorhead after her pickup was spotted in the parking lot of an apartment complex. Investigators found the stolen cash in her apartment along with a loaded handgun. Our storm team is prepping for a first alert weather day tomorrow. Here's Hutch with the latest. Hutch.
Stacy, thanks so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, indeed, a first alert weather day has been declared because now some of the thunderstorms that do form on your Friday afternoon and evening could indeed be severe. Now, those storms will be most likely in the areas you see shaded here in yellow, and the threats that we're concerned about will be some that produce hail upwards of 1 to 2 inches in diameter, and a few of these storms may produce some damaging straight line winds. The tornado risk is very low, but it's not zero. Again, most of our area, with the exception of South Dakota. And hey, something new to tell you about. Our friends at the National Weather Service have a new category of thunderstorms called destructive thunderstorms. What makes a destructive thunderstorm destructive? One that makes baseball-size hail or larger or damaging wind gusts in excess of 80 miles per hour. Not many storms that form ever get this strong, but when they do, you're going to know about it in this new program. It will make your phone buzz just like it does during an amber alert or a silver alert. You're going to see this destructive T-storm warning. Those are the most dangerous of severe thunderstorms, and you will know about it right on your phone when those happen. Now, out and about tonight, here's what you can plan on. Temperatures near 90 degrees continue. Sunny skies as we go through the evening. A few increasing clouds as we go through the overnight. Some of you may see some morning storms, and I'll time out those afternoon potentially severe storms here in a moment.
All right. Thanks so much, Hutch. Great info on that new phone alert. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is in Polk County today surveying drought conditions and meeting with local farmers about the impacts. Severe drought conditions continue, and the governor wants to know how the state can help.
We're doing all we can, making sure those resources are out there, thinking creatively of what we can do on some of the recovery, working both state and federally, and then making sure, and Kip and others, I appreciate you talking about the issue, but there's help out there to make sure, and this is about reaching out to neighbors, because I think the tough part about this is we're sitting here the 22nd of July. We got a lot of summer left.
No interest loans are available, and the state is working with the USDA for additional assistance. More on the drought and reaction from farmers tonight on Valley News Live at 5. A scary situation for residents of a Fargo apartment building this morning after multiple garages caught fire, sending flames shooting into the sky. Take a look at this video shared by one of our viewers. She spotted the flames shooting out of one of the garages from her balcony. That happened early this morning at 14th Street and Oak Manor Avenue. That's just behind our Valley News Live studios in South Fargo. 5 vehicles are destroyed along with everything that was inside the garages. Several people at the scene told us the fire started as someone was trying to jump start their car, but Fargo Fire hasn't confirmed that. Once crews had that fire under control, a second fire was reported at an apartment building just a few blocks away. The fire marshal says they're not related. Firefighters say someone left a door open and allowed the hallway to fill with smoke. Residents were jumping from their second floor balconies to escape. 3 people need to find another place to stay tonight, but no one was hurt. Moorhead police are looking for the suspects of a police chase who ditched their car and ran. That happened overnight, starting at 17th Street and 9th Avenue South when police tried to pull over a car without its headlights on. They chased it for about 5 blocks before everyone got out and ran away. They say a search of the car didn't find any drugs or weapons. Officials in Otterdale County are investigating a fatal ATV crash that happened just after 6:30 last night in rural Wadena. Police say a 39-year-old man was driving down a dirt road and lost control. Responders found him in a ditch and performed CPR, but they weren't able to save him. North Dakota's economy is going strong with more than $1 billion surplus. That's $300 million more than expected for the budget cycle. The extra money comes from larger collections in sales, income, and corporate taxes than expected. Part of that surplus will now go to the state's rainy day fund. Unemployment applications jumped unexpectedly last week. Initial filings for unemployment insurance hit 419,000. That's well above the 350,000 economists were expecting. It's a tick up after hitting a pandemic-era low the previous week, and despite most signs pointing to a strengthening economy, the total number of individuals on some form of unemployment assistance remains historically high. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy are holding their weekly press conference today amid a showdown over the January 6th commission. McCarthy says he'll pull all 5 of his picks to serve on the committee investigating the assault on the Capitol, including North Dakota Representative Kelly Armstrong, if Speaker Pelosi doesn't rescind her rejection of 2 of his recommendations. Natalie Brand reports from Capitol Hill.
Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. The bipartisan panel is at risk of falling apart.
It isn't even bipartisan, nonpartisan. It's about seeking the truth, and that's what we owe the American people.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on Wednesday rejected 2 of GOP leader Kevin McCarthy's picks, Indiana's Jim Banks and Ohio's Jim Jordan, 2 outspoken allies of former President Trump.
This is impeachment round 3 for the Democrats.
Speaker Pelosi cited the integrity of the investigation in announcing her decision.
When statements are ridiculous and fall into the realm of you must be kidding, there's no way that they're going to be on the committee.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is accusing Speaker Pelosi of an abuse of power and has threatened to pull all 5 of the representatives he chose to serve on the committee.
House Democrats must answer this question. Why are you allowing a lame duck speaker to destroy this institution? This is the people's house, not Pelosi's house.
McCarthy said Republicans would conduct their own investigation. Meanwhile, Wyoming Congresswoman Liz Cheney, the one Republican appointed by Speaker Pelosi, defended Pelosi's decision.
The rhetoric around this from the minority leader and from those 2 members has been disgraceful. This must be an investigation that is focused on facts.
Democratic committee members say they plan to move forward with their first scheduled hearing next Tuesday. They expect testimony from law enforcement officers who were there when a violent mob tried to prevent the certification of the presidential election. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Major websites were knocked offline this morning after a major web hosting service went down. We couldn't access our own website for a while. This issue likely came from the domain name system, which is like the phone book of the internet. Everything appears to be back to normal. Have you heard the Blue Angels flying around your neck of the woods today? They're getting ready for this weekend's air show. We'll tell you why it has special significance next.
All right, the heat is on. Temperatures in the mid-90s, even some triple-digit heat working its way into portions of the Dakotas. Look at this. Bismarck 104, 101 in Pierre. The heat wave just getting going, and now severe storms are in the forecast for your Friday. First Alert Weather Day. I'll have the facts next.